Cedar Rapids #1 for New Country, 98.1 KHAK. Good morning. It's Brain and Courtlin in on a Wednesday morning. And we are, of course, covering the latest in the coronavirus outbreak and how it's affecting all of our lives. And with us via Skype this morning, we want to thank Emily Blomme. She is the CEO of Foundation 2 here in Cedar Rapids. Thanks, Emily, for joining us this morning.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on the call.
Now, we're actually trying to cover all of our bases here when it comes to coronavirus about the ways that it's affecting people's personal and professional lives. Right. And one of the ways it's affecting people is with their mental health, which I think a lot of people go, oh, you know, it's a virus, so it's only affecting people physically. But no, this is actually affecting people's peace of mind.
Absolutely. And we're definitely seeing that. Not only, are we seeing that when you look at people's, posts on Facebook and talking with other people, but we're seeing that on our crisis line and the contacts that we're having as we provide mental health crisis support services in the community.
Yeah, we've talked to several listeners this week who are genuinely scared of what's out there, what's known, what's unknown. And I think that speaks for a lot of people.
I would agree. I mean, this is really unprecedented, and there's no textbook or no guide on what to do, how to cope, what it means, and the changes in kind of our day-to-day lives. I think it really just, there's a lot of uncertainty, and that doesn't help. The lack of control.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go down a long list of ways that this could impact people.
Now, is it also impacting people because of isolation? Because I know me personally, I have anxiety disorder, and I'm a very extroverted person. So I get my energy from being around others, and being quarantined at home with no pets, no family members, no friends. It's been really difficult for me, but I imagine that it has to be difficult for other people as well.
Yeah, the forced isolation has done a couple of things. I mean, definitely feelings of loneliness and, not being able to connect with the people you normally do, but also particularly now with like gyms shutting down, I think a lot of people who have worked to find coping mechanisms that are effective for them, they may not be able to employ those as a tool. And so
Yep.
I think that makes it additionally hard. So now they're kind of like, even if they had figured out what worked for them, now that might not be an option.
Emily Blomme, CEO of Foundation 2, joining us on the show this morning. Emily, I want to get this information out there right away. If people are having feelings of concern, if they're not able to cope in this forced isolation that we're living with right now, who can they reach out to and talk to with Foundation 2?
Our crisis counselors are trained, paid staff. They are ready to take your call. So our phone number is 319-362-2174. We have really bulked up staffing. We've cross-trained some of our crisis counselors in other programs, really making sure that we have capacity to take the influx of calls for as long as that might be. And I think that that's a really important piece. I also think that if you have questions about symptoms, coronavirus, specific stuff that isn't necessarily related to mental health, but you want to make sure you're getting accurate information, Iowa Department of Public Health has identified 211 as that resource. And so you kind of have a twofold, they're referring people to us as well as, if someone calls, then maybe mental health isn't the primary issue. The 211 line is really a great resource as well. But we're ready for you, whoever you are. So please reach out.
And I think it's really important for people to remember that this is something that we are all in together. Mm-hmm. So if you're feeling scared, if you're feeling lonely, if you're feeling isolated, whatever you're feeling, there are other people out there who are feeling those same exact things. We are all in the same boat of uncertainty here.
Definitely. I think for a lot of people who already might have had a diagnosed mental health condition like me, diagnosed with depression and anxiety, medicated for both. Thankfully, that's an effective treatment for me. But it's made it worse for me. So it's made it worse for a lot of people. But I think there's also people out there who might have had an underlying kind of minor minor anxiety, minor depression, and this has really made it significantly worse. And so they might be experiencing something that they haven't ever really felt before, which can be increasingly scary. So, I mean, this isn't just our crisis line isn't just for a certain type of people or people once your anxiety is over a certain level. It's for anyone experiencing any concerns about themselves and their mental health, or even someone they care about. If someone doesn't know what to do to reach out to someone they care about, call our crisis line. We'll give you ideas. We'll talk you through that. We can be a resource for you as